Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo. Absolutely. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo.
What's happening, people? What's happening, people? It is actually 8:30.
I mean, for real.
Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo.
And that's the cop.
Listen, man, he's on his way. We decided to start without him this time. He's usually the reason why we be starting late anyway. Just give y'all a little secret there. Listen, man, I want y'all to be a part of this conversation. 404-500-1605. While you're up there, though, I need you to hit those buttons over there. That like button, the love button, the hate button. I don't mind if you get mad at me. Just hit the button. Because when you hit the button, it's going to help our
algorithm
go up. Because as I've said before, Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube. Please go subscribe, people. Hit the button. I'm going to ask you to hit two buttons. I want you to hit like, then I want you to hit share. That's all you got to do for me. If you do that, man, I can't even be mad at you. I cannot be mad at you at all, but I can be mad at you if you don't. Angelo.
What's up, brother?
How was your week, brother?
Hey, listen, speaking of which, though, last week on the show, y'all may not have noticed it. Well, y'all didn't notice it. I noticed it. We had over 100. We got a message on Restream said you have over 100 comments. So that was real dope last week. Showed up on last week, man. So y'all were chiming in last week like a mug, man. So that's some good stuff. But as you're doing those 100 comments, you should also be doing what?
Sharing it, man. Subscribing.
And
please
like it.
Keep doing this. Look, let me show you. Watch this. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all you got. You ain't got to look. That's all you got to do. That's all I'm asking you to do, man. I ain't asking for no money. Look. That's it. I mean, when you think about it, you sitting there right now going, damn, it is pretty easy. That's right. So just do it. Then ask somebody else to do it. That's all we asking.
Simple, right? Man. Hey, but back to the question at hand. I had a cool weekend. We had Big Sean here this weekend, man. But the best part about the weekend we had was the return of Tripping on Sundays. The return of Tripping on Sundays, man. And, you know, as I did my hip-hop thing today, man, we gave it up to T.I., man. T.I. came through as he said he would, man. And it felt like Tripping on Sundays again, man. The whole vibe was there. It was real dope. Young Dro came through the building, man. You know, I always laugh when I see Dro, because I knew Dro when he was in Thorough High School, man, skipping class, you know what I mean? So Dro used to always see me. I was a cop back then. And so I remember the first couple times I used to see him out there, he was like, there you go right there. What's up, officer? You know, and he still remembered, man. That was kind of, you know, so, yeah, we always laugh when I see him, man. So, yeah, it was a cool weekend. Cool week overall. No complaints, man. No complaints at all. How about yourself, brother?
Man, it was a good week. Last week I had the week off before I started the new gig this week, but I wasn't able to enjoy it because for some reason my background check wasn't coming back the right way. I was like, I wonder if they've been looking into the podcast because I done told a lot of my history. But basically, because it was a rush thing, my prior employment was taking their time on actually confirming that I was working there at the time that I was and all that type stuff. So finally got the word and everything on Thursday, so I was able to enjoy the weekend pretty much. But man, I'm gonna tell you.
Talk to her, TJ.
Yesterday, sitting there in the house, and I reached out to my man JC. I said, "Hey, bro," I said, "You working the show tonight?" He
DJ?
said, "Nah, man." Yeah. He said, "Nah, I'm not working." He said, "But I'll be there." I'm like, "All right," because I'm gonna see if I can, get me a little something on the side. Sat there and I was doing my little training at work, and I got off work and I said, let me see what tickets is available. Man got me 2 tickets on the floor. Went downstairs. The wife was already relaxing for the evening, ready to light. She had already lit a cigar. I said, "Listen, put that out. We about to go to the show." Man, when I tell you, if anybody forgot, if they forgot because my man went Hollywood, they know now. If you was in State Farm Arena last night, LL Cool J is the GOAT.
Period.
Hey man, if you
saying
forgot,
forever.
because I know there's a lot of people that say, "Oh man, he went Hollywood, got it." Hey man, that dude killed it. Gave us 2 sets last night. 2 sets. The God was out there, Rakim, he did his thing. Luda came out and dropped 3 cuts. Salt and Pepper was there. De La Soul also. But LL Cool J, boy, man, I'm getting chills thinking about it. I lost it last night.
He that dude, man.
Hey, bro, he killed it last night.
He that dude,
He
man.
had people jumping to the song Headsprung as if Jump Around was playing. And I mean, all of State Farm Arena was jumping around. And of course, I think I lasted about a good 4 jumps. He jumped the whole time
Really?
and said every bar perfectly.
Really?
Hey, man. If you are still in line for this show to come, it's Rock the Bells, but it's also called Force.
The Force.
It was Force, but something happened contractually, so he had to cancel those, and then he put everything with the Rock the Bells thing, But if you're still in line for this show, I'm telling you, get your ticket, man. It is well worth. It is worth your money. I promise you.
Yeah.
Promise you. So that made my week, bro.
Well, I'm sure it did.
That
man.
made my week. As you see, I'm still on my New York thing.
I
I'm
saw
still
your
on my
recording
gazelles and
last
everything.
night. I
Yeah.
saw Nash's recording last night.
Oh, yeah, I had to tag you. I said, man, let me tag him. Let him come check this out.
Oh, they in the building. I was talking to Tip about it Sunday night. I said, you ain't have to be performing Monday night. So sometimes they bring out the ATL guests with a little surprise. He said, nah, what's going on? He said, oh man, that's gonna be a dope concert. I know. I said, anywhere you get a whim that you might go though, I'll let you buy. Cause I messed around and missed that joint here in Atlanta. So I called Smooth. Smooth, I go get my tickets. He ain't had no seats that I would. Cause I can't, you have to. I'm a little height challenged, so I can't be all on the floor. And I'm standing behind somebody like Ben. You know what I mean? And I got to watch the screen to watch the show. I'm not paying all that money to watch the screen. You know what I mean? So if my seats ain't right, I ain't going. So the seats wasn't right, so I said I have to catch it next time. But
Hey man,
That's true
thing was
story.
crazy, bro.
And when you get my age, man, you know your height. I mean, come on, man. I'm too old to be worried about that, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Hey, you were able to record the stage, Jae Tea. I saw it. You were still recording the stage. Bro, that's me. I'm in the back of your head. So what's the point of me paying that money for that BS?
Hey man, got to love a brother that can laugh at himself. Boy, I love laughing with him. I promise you that. Ooh wee. Oh my
y'all
God.
tired, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's like a dope concert,
Yeah,
man.
I'm telling you, if it's coming to your city, get your tickets. It's well worth it. I promise you. Unless you just hating and just don't like the dude, don't buy the ticket. But I'm telling you, I don't know how you can, honestly. I mean,
For real. He the GOAT, man.
1985, bro.
He the GOAT, man.
Do you realize 1985?
Yeah. Crush Groove came out, box. Hey, I've been a fan ever since.
And he actually he coined the term GOAT.
Yeah.
Nobody did that in basketball. He coined it. He told everybody that 20 years ago.
LL
And still
Cool J,
proving it.
greatest of all time. He put it in rap. You want to hear? Here it go.
All right. Okay, yeah, that was my moment. We got a special guest in the. She's a special guest, but she is not. She's not a stranger to the show. Lean on in, KeKe. What's going on, girl? Come on in. Where you at? Come inside. You're too far outside. Come on inside a little bit. Oh, you trying to look at yourself? Okay.
Cut it.
I wonder what you're
I was
doing.
actually looking at y'all.
Okay, got to get you up to the girl. Come on up so we can hear you. What's going on, KeKe?
Nothing too much. Same old me. I worked all weekend. How fun.
That was your weekend, huh?
I was playing airport all weekend.
Y'all do some videos in the lounge? I didn't see.
We on
anything.
TikTok every day.
Okay.
She said every day.
We just gonna do that. That's when you know it's a long day. If we ain't TikTok, it was serious.
It was serious.
Yeah, it was serious. We don't like
Didn't they
that.
have a whole lot of canceled flights this past weekend? They affect y'all?
Southwest Airlines did not.
Oh, okay. She said that with a chest.
Yes, it did.
Listen, chin up, chest out. Listen, this been us lately,
say,
but
maybe
this
that's
one
why-
wasn't us.
Maybe that's why they were canceled, because they was on TikTok. But since she said they didn't get canceled, I can't use that.
Nope, we push flights first, then TikTok.
Good deal. Well, listen, man, we're
Put
glad
them
to
on
have you
fast
here.
right there. I can't. Oh.
Oh, she was a ticket taker for the show in Portsmouth some years ago. Yeah, she said she was working in the VIP section and said, yeah, he is the truth. Everybody said, yeah,
I know.
surprised that you didn't go. Yeah.
Everybody here. But don't worry.
What's up, Miss Toya? How you doing? Appreciate you
Don't
tuning
worry.
in. Hey man, great show. Listen, KeKe, glad to have you here, man. I'm hoping that the things that you have to share is going to help some people as you're helping people as you go. But I'm hoping that what you share is going to help some more out there.
I hope so too.
Listen, man, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about these kids being jumped in college. We're going to talk about the little boy that got arrested for pissing behind his mama's car. We're also going to talk about this dude that's actually coming up here to turn himself in on Thursday. And from the word that I'm hearing is that he's going to get a mugshot.
That's what they said.
Yeah, we're going to talk about all that. So listen, we'll be right back. Stay with us about 3 minutes. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo.
And that's got my man on the way.
What's happening, people? Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo.
And my man, Ashley Cop.
We are back. 404-500-1605. Please give us a call. Be a part of this conversation. Those buttons over there, the ones that you usually hit up under people's pictures and all that type of stuff. Well, while you're looking at this video, I need for you to hit those buttons over there. The like button, the love button, the cry button, the mad button. Either button that you hit is going to help our
Algorithm.
go up because, again, I keep telling you people, I'm asking you again, please go hit the buttons. Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube. That's all you got to do. That's it.
Button.
Yeah. Just need you to hit the button, man. Subscribe, share, and ask somebody else to do it for us. Yeah, it's not a tall ask that we're doing here. So, get that done for us.
What's up, number one? We see you.
So listen, man, we're gonna talk about a 10-year-old child that was arrested. For urinating.
Something about this side.
But
That's what it is.
It's something about over there. Yeah, you're right. Everybody sit over there. Yeah.
But listen,
Yeah,
why
everybody
we just
sit over
start
there, they
talking
mess
all
up.
of a sudden?
Everybody sit over there, they mess up. And every time, their phone just all of a sudden doing stuff. It done had his phone at least for 2 years, because, you know, that's where them contracts go. And and now they get up here and sit over there, and now all of a sudden it's doing something. So yeah, 10-year-old kid, man, got arrested. His mom, it was him, his mom, and his sister. They pulled up to an attorney's office. His mom went inside to talk to the attorney. Son and his sister, son and the daughter was outside. The daughter told him that there was not a bathroom inside of the building. So he did what any man would do. He got up and he went behind the car, used the bathroom. Well, a police officer pulls up. And the police officer, goes talking to him. The mom comes out. She has a conversation with the police officer. Police officer says, well, listen, I'm going to let your mom take you on in. She going to handle this because you can't be doing this out in public. Well, the little boy was actually back in the mom's car, and then another police officer pulled up. He pulls up and demands that the kid actually be arrested, and they take him in. They actually put him in the car, and they took him down. Now, whether he was booked as in fingerprinting and all of that type of stuff, I wasn't able to find that information, but he was charged. And I've never heard of this charge, and I'd be glad when Ask a Cop get here so we can ask a cop. But it's a child in need of services. That was the charge. So what are your thoughts on this, man, in regard? I mean, I know of sometimes they try and scare.
Who, the boy?
The boy was black.
Oh, you know what color the boy was.
Yeah.
That's why I look, I'm like, that's real.
Boy,
you
black.
know, and you know what color the officer was.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
yeah, that's.
So I've heard of scared straight and all that type of stuff, but this seemed to go a little bit to the extreme. And the little boy actually thought it was a joke until they shut the car door and he started driving him down to the station. He said that's when he really started getting scared. So what are your thoughts on it?
What's up, Glenn? I see you. It reminds me of the kid a couple weeks ago, man. If you remember, the guy that they ran the tag wrong and I think it was in Arkansas. It was one out there as well, and they ended up putting that 10-year-old child in handcuffs and watching that child screaming and watching the tears, and he's traumatized, and I think it's the same thing for this kid, man. It's, you're traumatizing kids, and you want kids to like the police, respect the police, have certain feelings and all that, but when you treat them like everybody says
right.
you are, then they get that experience, and it's a negative experience. What you think is gonna have more weight? You know what I mean? And it's like, there was no reason whatsoever to put that kid in handcuffs. Just like that kid with the parent, there was no reason to put the child in handcuffs. And I think it's gonna be damaging to the child, and it's gonna make that child see you a certain way. Either gonna be fearful,
resentful,
or or a combination of both.
Child, I send my children to the back of the trunk to pee.
We all do.
I couldn't imagine though.
Hey, I did it last week.
Period. I mean,
seriously,
I got all boys. We ain't never pulling no. We never going in nowhere to use the bathroom when you could just open the back door. I don't even know. I don't know what to think about it. That's horrible.
I think what Angelo said though. He said this child could really be frightened of police going forward.
He will be. That's all I remember of him.
And I hate to say it, but if he actually happens to fall on that aggressive side of nature, he's going to be aggressive towards the police. And not just scared of. He's going to be more aggressive towards the police.
That's the resentful side.
That ain't gonna turn out good.
No.
Never does. Never does. I mean, think about the sister that's in the car. She was younger, but she had to witness this too.
Same scenario.
Yeah, she had to witness it also. So you basically damaged. Well, I mean, the mother, I'm sure she has our own opinions already of the police or whatever, but you really damage the future reactions to police of two people just like that over some power trip. That's the only thing I can see that it was a power trip. After the other officer said it was cool.
Right. You gonna come overturning it? No, this is
Why
what
did
this is
that
what we
even
gonna do.
bother you? Why did they get on your nerves? Like, why did you feel the need to have to say anything?
But you weren't even there. You pulled up
Yeah.
after the other officer because you called it in. You pulled up after the fact. So you doing it even after the fact. I mean,
It's
just,
crazy.
you know, he wouldn't want. Is this the same one taking out the trash? He wouldn't want to take out the trash.
No.
Yeah, because another one with a kid was taking out the trash. Number one, I saw that too. He would take the trash in his backyard, and the police arrested him
For what?
because they was supposed to be some kind of report of break-ins in the area.
Oh, I
And it
did
was
see
a
that.
12-year-old.
And a 12-year-old.
I did see that one.
A 12-year-old with a garbage bag is now.
Taking out trash at his house.
Oh, what state was
Right,
that
at
in?
his own house.
At his own house.
What state was that in? That had to be. That's probably in the South also. Yeah, because this one was actually in Mississippi. This is where this one happened at. Mississippi is where the 10-year-old was arrested at. That was in Mississippi.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Said most of the, little small cities, I can't even call them cities, little small towns and states like that,
This is the mindset of the people there, though. That's what issue you have. These folks still look at you certain kinds of ways, treat you certain kinds of ways, don't see you as human, don't see you as worthy, don't see, and
I just read that some police officers got fired because they were speaking on their
that was in Carolina.
Yeah, I thought it was Carolina, and the actual police chief is a black guy, and
He was a newly appointed police.
and they was talking about killing these niggas or something like that. They was talking about
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, but they were. It was caught on the body cam. They did when the new chief came in. He did an audit of the body cams, and as they were listening to the body cams, they was out there talking about it's gonna be a race riot. We're gonna kill these niggas. We're gonna do this. We could rally up. Everybody get your weapon.
I'm ready for
yeah.
them.
Oh yeah, ready. Yeah. Oh, they were going in.
Yeah.
Oh, they were going in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And got caught straight up.
What's happening, Frenchie? Appreciate you tuning in. The 12-year-old didn't even fit the description. The neighbor recorded the whole thing, and the young man's father was out in front of the what?
Yeah. And then you as a father, just think the position they're putting you in as a parent to tell you calm down.
Right.
Calm down. You put my child in handcuffs at my house for taking out the trash, and you want me to calm down.
Montgomery Brown.
Man.
And you got to sit there and look at a police officer grabbing your 12-year-old son.
Like I said, like the guy had to watch his, when the officer made the mistake of running the tag. Those parents had to sit there and watch you put that child in handcuffs, and they tell you to relax. Relax. Yeah. And if you buck, then what?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. What was the movie where it wasn't it was Ice Cube's son. What was it? The movie where he was coming across the street and the cops grabbed him and threw him on the ground. It kept telling his mother and father to back away, and he kept saying, "I'm on my own property. I can stand here." The NWA movie when as a grown man, you got to stand there and watch a cop slam your son on a car, then slam him on the ground, and all you can do is say,
I'm on my greatest right.
yeah, that's all you can do.
I can't do that.
Right, that's all you can do is say, "I'm right here, son." Even though they beating you up, I'm right here, son. But you can't do anything because if you do something, then you caught up. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Terrible position.
Terrible positions, man. I just think it sucks, man. It just again continues to show the direct racism you have. You know, peeing in the bed. Come on, man. I mean, to take it to the police station, I don't know what. And then I'm disappointed in the supervision. You know, what sergeant approves that? What lieutenant said, yeah, bring the 10-year-old in for peeing outside?
Right, because the call had to be made.
Come on, man. I mean, and here lies the sad part. You know, now the 12-year-old, they're suing the police department. You know, as they should. You know, because I don't know, man. It's just it's rough. That's a rough one. I mean, you just see and just think about. You try to picture yourself and put, you know, and it's like that junk is rough. You know, I had a conversation with my son the other day, man. I was just telling him, you know, you've had the benefit of not having to deal with certain things of racism yet, and police, you know what I mean, encounters. And I pray that you don't, but the odds say at some point, even whether it's a traffic stop,
Yep.
you're going to have an encounter, you know, and the conversations of how you're having to deal with it, you know, and knowing that this particular son is a little more hot-headed and, you know what I mean, a little bit more sarcastic and yeah, you ain't got to say it. Yeah, we know, but you know, he got it honestly, and but I worry for them. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm. And we've had this conversation before, man. I every day leave the house, man. You just be like, because you don't want this. You don't want to have to run into one of these type people. And they're out there. They're not just in Mississippi. They're right here in Georgia. They're here. Yep. And we can't act like they're not. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, somebody asked me that when I told them that my son was in Korea. And somebody asked me exactly he's like, yo, man, he said, do you feel better that your young black son is actually not in the United States of America right now? And it caught me off guard. I'm like, nah, man, I don't. Then once I got thinking about it, he was like, exactly. He said he's safer over there in harm's way, you know, from war or whatever that could kick off. He's actually safer there than he is here walking his own streets. Think about that. Think about how crazy that sounds. He was basically saying that your son is safer being closer to war than he is just hanging out here in the United States of America.
Crazy true.
I was like, wow, never thought of it that way.
And it is crazy true, because you got to think, because you're in the military, for the most part, you know, you're isolated and protected. You know, them folks don't want to fool with a soldier over there because they know the repercussions that come with it.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of them countries don't fool with Americans and tourists in general because they know the repercussions that come with it if you get caught up. You know, so yeah, you're a lot of aspects, man. That's crazy, but
compared to being here and
deep.
just walking through the mall or leaving the mall or taking the garbage
or
out.
taking the trash out.
Or taking the trash out.
I mean, think of you as an adult, right? I mean, let's think about it right now. If you're an adult and you're taking the trash out and the police pull up on you and start questioning you in front of your house, and you're an adult, how would you think you would respond?
Sarcastic.
Yeah, I probably would end up. I would have given them reason to really take me to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
If I'm
As
taking,
an adult.
Yeah.
So just imagine a 10-year-old, 12-year-old. Because an adult's like, cause I can't imagine me not being.
Right.
We're like, what?
Yeah, because most likely I was
I got it honest.
It's most likely I was running out just to take the trash out and I was going back in. So now you done slowed me down because I probably came out doing the commercial of the game. So now you done slowed me down. So now I'm pissed. my drink is getting more ice in it, it's watered down because you don't stop. There's a lot of reasons that could go into me actually getting real charges.
Really question you about what you doing.
Right.
Then
Slowing me
part of that,
down.
I need to answer the question.
Wow, French
I
is
mean, you could, but I'm not because I want to get smart at this point. Because why?
especially when I know I'm in the right.
Look, I want to argue a little bit.
It's amazing the power that you think you have when you know you're in the right.
Exactly.
You know, when you
Yeah, I
when you
wanna
know
argue
you're in the
when I'm
right, you feel like you got a little bit more power. So then you stop saying yes, sir, and you start saying what?
Period.
It started saying yes, officer. Now you're going what? Because you
gonna do
feel
that no
you've
way.
done nothing wrong. It gives you a different sense of power, but you really still don't have the power. But,
Especially if I am at my home. It's one thing you pulled me over for a violation or something, but you're at your home. You know what I mean? If I can't be, I'm at home. You're questioning me, but there's people have been killed at their home.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because, I mean, if that 12-year-old had hell, if he'd have took off running, think about that.
Because that's really what he gonna do. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
if he
scared.
would have taken off running, man, them cops would have chased him down and beat him down the whole nine.
I saw a video the other day of one. The kid was just walking away.
Turn our KeKe's mic up a little bit.
Kid was just walking away, and one cop kind of let it go, but the other cop gonna come, and he just started walking, and the kid was just trying to go home, but the cop wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
Just kept. It be like, man, come on, man, you ain't got nothing better to do, man. So anyway.
Frenchie said it's funny how folks are trying to erase our black history, but they are actually putting these incidents as black history. I mean, you're basically creating more black history now.
Okay. Yeah. JT, somebody said your comments are limited.
Say again?
Somebody just told me your comments are limited.
They're limited?
Yeah.
I don't know what that mean either.
I've never heard of that one.
She said JT Thompson limited who can comment on his post.
Oh, who can comment? That means she probably not a friend of his, so they may not let him comment on there. And he over his limit. He at 5,000.
Yeah. Yeah. But it should be open. Anybody
What's
should
up,
be able to
Brother
comment
Harold?
up there, though. Should be wide open. So, let me check on that, man. You got me.
Oh man, I wish we almost out of time in this segment. Oh yeah, it's not enough time. We might go to commercial. Come
All
back.
right, we'll go to commercial, man. I'm going to check on these comments things, see what's happening. Again, give us 3 to 4 minutes. We'll be right back. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo, plus Ask a Cop. Probably not going to make it tonight.
Pussy grabber shit. That's how she addressed it. Yeah, right in the microphone.
Oh, my God. Listen, man, if y'all don't, I'll keep telling y'all, this stuff is live. And we can't erase nothing. It's live, man. Yeah, so. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo.
And my boy Ask a Cop, man. What's up, brother?
Yeah, man. Oh, God. Hey, man, some of these comments. Oh. 3-bagger horse face Sarah Huckabee. The governor of Arkansas does not want students to learn about the Little Rock Nine or the 200 black men lynched there just meeting to discuss getting fair pay. They were sharecroppers.
Hey, what's a 3-bagger horse face though? Number one, because I done heard some insults before, but a 3-bagger horse face just don't sound nothing good about that one right now.
Yeah, text us a picture.
3-bagger horse face.
3-bagger.
I guess, yeah.
I was trying to figure that one too.
That's an old
yeah.
school cuss out. Hey, say like fish out fool. 3-bagger horse face.
Yeah.
Hey man, you used to call somebody that. They might be like, they gotta think about it. Are we supposed to fight now?
I know. Yeah. 3-bagger horse face.
Who you talking about? Who you talking? Nina came up with a new name. Yeah, that's about right. 3-bagger. Yeah. Unc said you should call the number of the department. Have 100 people call between 9 and 10. Which department we talking about? We said several things. The trash bag cops.
Right. Yeah, the cops.
Peeing cops.
We're gonna call
That
the
need to be called
3-bagger
the peeing
people.
cops.
The 3-bagger horse face lady people. You don't want to see a 3-bagger on a full stomach. Oh,
I don't want to see a 3-bagger at all. I can see that now.
Yeah,
It's just something about that.
yeah, we good.
Okay,
I know I
police
said send me a
departments.
picture, but I think we might be good on that one. Hey man, you was about to say something right before we went to break. What was it?
Oh no, I was gonna talk about what she talked about about that lady, the 3-bagger horse face. That's trying to erase more Black history. She's jumped on the Satan bandwagon.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I mean, it's spreading, man. It is spreading. These. I mean, Texas was already right behind them, right? Right behind Satan, and now Arkansas.
yeah, Arkansas, and Texas, right? I mean, in Florida right now, they so bold with it though. I mean, it's so sad.
Yeah, it's
And then what happened? There was some kids protesting in Florida about it the other day, and they were trying to. Dad, number one, tell what happened. It was.
don't tell me they got arrested or something like
I don't
that.
know if they arrested them, but I know they were trying to do something pretty serious to them, man. I just don't remember what it was, but there was some. Yeah, you're right, Unc. We should have everybody call up there and word them police department out. One on the parents suing, they should. Hopefully they hit them pockets deep.
Well, hopefully, because for the 10-year-old, the mom was actually at an attorney's office
Right.
speaking on some legalities or legal something. So hopefully that attorney is smart enough to say, hey, I'll take this case.
If not, we know who will. I know number one. She said, "Yeah, I know he you know he got educated bad boy, but that thing gonna be grumpy everywhere, boy."
Bro,
Hey, that freaking fly miles gotta be awesome. Cause if it's going down, boy, be it right there.
Right
And
there.
another thing.
yeah, right there. Right there, speaking for the family.
Yeah, they didn't get arrested. Good deal.
All right, so listen, man, let's talk about this. They had an attack on some students at Howard University recently. Supposedly in the D.C. area, they got these younger kids, mobs walking around, and they just attacking people.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's the D.C. area, so it wasn't white kids that actually attacked them. It was actually black kids that attacked the black kids at Howard. One of the students said that they was kicked and beaten so hard that they was waiting to die. They had stopped feeling the pain. They were just waiting to die. It happened, I think, last week, and now they have beefed up security and everything. So, of course, that means, I guess, more college campus police. But what do you think about, because what's going to end up happening with this is, soon somebody's going to start saying that they need to have weapons on campus. And then you're going to start having cops on campus, not just the campus police, but regular cops. Do you think that's something that could end up, if it does happen, which I think it will, if it does happen, you think that's going to end up being a good thing or a bad thing? Especially with regular cop, not campus police, but city police, in the area that they live in, that the college is in.
Do I think the police a good thing or a bad thing, or
Yeah.
them having weapons, good or bad?
They're both.
Them having weapons, of course, I don't agree, because that's just a backfire. All kinds of ways. On their peers, I just don't think weapons on campus is a good idea. But I do think regular cops is going to create another narrative at some point. I just don't want nobody jumping on my children. That's horrible.
So from your time, does campus police kind of train the same way as regular police?
Only thing, campus police have to go. They gotta be post certified. For Georgia, they still gotta be post certified. But no, they don't go through
Campus
nowhere.
security.
They don't go nowhere near the same training. You can literally go get post certified yourself and go apply to be a police officer at different, especially smaller agencies. They don't require you to go through their academy. But now them small, campus cops are, they're
I live a security officer.
yeah.
That's what it sound like.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I mean,
does
if we're being honest,
does
they're just
HBCUs have campus police?
yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
Morehouse police.
all of them have them, but again, they're gonna be in small numbers. They're gonna be in small numbers. It's not, they're not gonna be a full force. You might have, depending on how big the school is, you may have 3. You know what I mean? 3 or
So
4.
in other words, beefing up security on campus is just basically giving out overtime.
They're gonna probably have to hire. I would imagine they'll probably hire a security agency or something like that
Okay.
to help, because Howard is an open campus, and it's just it's like being at Georgia State, for example. It's just wide open, so you can get there from
Anywhere, right.
any angle. So it's not like you can just stop entry. Spelman. Is Spelman still closed? I mean, it used to be closed. The only way you get on the campus is you got to go through some kind of gate. It's still like that. Yeah. So
You hear me?
so that's the biggest differences. You know what I mean? But when you have an open campus like that, it's hard to, and that's just the ignorance of the youth, man. You know what I mean? They just come in and just jumping folks for. I mean, I don't know what what do you do to prevent 20, 30 people just decide we just go jump on people? It's just really unfortunate. I saw the same thing. Kids said, I just thought I was about to die. I just braced for death. Gotta call them.
Got a call on the line. Oh, we got an answer call on the line? What's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I was trying to take in as much of the show as I could.
Okay. All right. Good deal. So you hear what we talking about right now, right?
It's a situation at Howard University, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Howard University.
Yes.
It was,
Yeah.
basically, I was asking in regards to the campus police, campus security. I'm seeing somebody say that you have campus security also, and city police. What do you think when they say that they're going to beef up security even more? Do you think that means that they're going to have more city police, or they're going to have just double the shifts on the campus police?
It's going to be city police. It's the same thing when something happens at the AU Center in Atlanta. What actually happens is the AU Center, of course, are going to try to do more, but most of the AU Center police are, and this isn't a knock on them, but the money they pay, they're not getting the best. They're getting glorified security guards, really. So the city of Atlanta will do specialized patrols or take discretionary units. At one point when some Clark students that got robbed, they actually assigned SWAT and different units to be in that area, and they'll work and augment, especially with night shift, like the 10 to 6 in the morning shift. So when that will happen, it'll all fall on DC police. Of course, they're not going to embarrass that chief by saying you can't handle it, but they'll increase the patrols and take care of it.
Okay.
You said take care of it, meaning they're gonna take care of the big word. They're gonna try to assist, but
Well, there's no assist in it. What happened with that situation, you had some infecteds come on the campus and mess with African American kids. That's what happened. You can't clean it up. They're thugging, they're going around jumping on people, So that didn't get the pub it should have got.
Unc said on the Howard situation, he was on it. He said black DC teen thugs are roaming around in a fight club, and they're
They're
picking
not
up certain
robbing them,
types.
they just fighting them.
Yeah,
Just
gonna
picking on certain people to
picking on
jump
certain
on.
types of jump. People they probably feel
Yeah,
less
so
likely to
that's
defend
one of those
themselves.
things they had a couple years ago. They were walking up, punching people in the face and filming it live. It's just one of those situations that it needs to be dealt with swiftly and harshly. DC police will do that. It's a very professional department, and they'll start targeting those youths that are going around jumping on Howard students.
EB Dupree, what's up, young lady? She's tuning in. She said, to need an organization like the NOI or BPP or these Israelite men we see gathering on the corners in Atlanta. She can't remember the actual name, but she said basically we need to protect our students with our own. The police won't be as effective, in her opinion.
No, that's gibberish. It doesn't happen like that. Can't, because what it tells you can't have vigilante justice. You have Israelites that are not sworn and they put their hands on any of them. If they turn to get kids, then they're going to turn around and get arrested. That's what people say. Vigilante justice is not one.
What was a question I wanted to ask him earlier? I forgot it just that fast.
About a kid, a 10, 12-year-old.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, you heard about the 10-year-old that got arrested for peeing behind his mama's car, right?
A 10-year-old got what? Hold on. Town was that?
That was
been some really.
That was somewhere in
Mississippi.
Mississippi. But they charged. They arrested him, took him in, and they charged him. The charge was child in need of services. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, child in need of services. What they did, one, could be a lawsuit. What ends up happening, you're going to have it's more of a charge directed at the parent, not the child. They're saying his arrest, he was transported to juvenile. I mean, Fulton County, anywhere in the metro Atlanta would literally laugh at you. But what they're basically saying is that the parents should have took better care of a child, not allowed them to violate the law. What that does is put that child into the system. Basically, it's going to be assigned a caseworker that's not already busy enough. Going to have to look into the family to find out if it's a child being deprived or anything like that.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow, man.
Yeah, that's bogus. Because when I first saw it, I didn't hear the age. I said, okay, what's the big deal? If somebody peeing, they should be arrested. But a 10-year-old, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even if the mom gave the officer lip, you have to be professional enough to let it go and not let it get personal. That smells of a situation where a police officer let it get personal.
And the thing is, the first officer actually was letting the child go, but then another officer pulled up, and that's when the arrest happened.
Well, in that particular situation, I thought the first officer, because when an officer arrives on the scene, that's your scene. It's your job to deal with it. If somebody else came on and arrested him after that, what that officer may have done is put himself in the scope of it, because you're taking an arrest. There's clearly another officer said he wouldn't have made it. Now you're going to have to be maybe held responsible solely for your actions. So it may be a situation that's not to be good for family, but definitely be bad for that officer, because they can hold him personally liable. But again, you're talking Mississippi.
Facts.
I mean, I'm just going to be real about it. When you hold up department and an officer that would be comfortable doing that would probably be coming from a jurisdiction that's allowing officers to take those type of actions. You wouldn't get that. DeKalb County, Gwinnett, and Fulton County would not allow that to happen. In most of the counties in Georgia, I can't see that happen. And it's a juvenile, so they wouldn't even be involved in it. That's direct juvenile. Let me correct that. That's juvenile court. It's not even I'm a DA involved in it. That's going to go directly to juvenile court. They have to make a complaint against a complaint. Juvenile system there would either accept it or not. But what he did by the charge, it's going to have to go to juvenile. Juvenile judge is going to render a decision. But in the meantime, like I said, the child's been put into the system where now there's going to be a caseworker assigned. Imagine, Lou, if you had to report to a caseworker to tell you how to train your child and how to treat your child, discipline your child, and they can do home visits, things of that nature.
So what's your thought? What's your thought, MJ, on what that does to the child? If you have a 10-year-old kid, I don't know the kid. Let's just say he was a good kid. and this is his first interaction with the police, and that's the result. What do you think that does to the child?
Well, it depends really on how strong the parents are. As a parent, if that happened to me, my child, what I would do is hear my child say, hey, look, study hard, become a lawyer, and you can fight these type of injustices. But if the parent's weak-minded, the first thing the parent should do is get counseling. The parents shouldn't do like a lot of people on these comments are doing, oh, all cops are bad, this and this, because all it's going to do is put that child in a situation where he may overreact and because think about it, if a police officer would lock up a 10-year-old for peeing in public, what would that police officer do if the child bucked, so to speak? You know, you're your child's champion and teacher. So yes, the officer was wrong, but don't teach a hatred for law enforcement. Teach a thirst for knowledge where you can correct that through getting a degree, becoming a lawyer, or just becoming an activist. You don't have to have a degree to be an activist.
Well, the counseling part I think is the most important thing that you said there is because without that counseling, I don't think there's too much that the parent can do anyway because it's that child's personal trauma. So the counseling thing, I think if you get that done, then you can actually govern your child or push your child in the right direction. But without that counseling, yeah, probably not gonna happen. We got another caller. Oh boy, we hot tonight, boy. These little kids got these folks coming out. Caller, state your name. What you calling about? Caller. Still there?
Number one said
In a lot of ways.
PWB, P
If
and
you
Y
don't
black.
teach your son how to deal with it or your daughter how to deal with it, their self-esteem is going to suffer. You don't want your kid growing up to think that action was correct and right, so you got to explain to them without being derogatory, without being racist yourself, and explain to them, because if you set your son up or daughter up to be racist in America, they're going to lose. You got to teach them how to work within a system that's biased. But don't teach them how to be racist.
Okay, well, we about to go to break, but I want to ask you this, man.
Did the other caller come back?
Got the other caller back?
Hold on 1 second, MJ. Hold on.
Caller, state your name.
Hi, this is Frenchie. What's up, fellas?
Frenchie, what's happening, young lady?
What's going on, brother? What up? What up? What up?
What's happening?
I just want to make two comments. First of all, that first comment about the college, I think that one of the things is that when you take your child to college, a lot of us don't take our kids to college to show them the college. When you go and you show them the college, you also need to teach them how to protect themselves. There was nothing those children could have done to get beat up, whether they got beat up by black people or white people. It didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It was going to happen. But you need to teach your children how to be careful and how to keep their eyes on their surroundings. The second comment I want to make is the gentleman who is saying not to teach your kids to be racist. You are spot on. Don't teach your kids to be racist. And of course, you want your kids to grow up to be, to be great people in society. Maybe they will be police officers. Maybe they will be judges. Maybe they will be, senators or politicians or whatever else. But what's happening in our country right now, our kids aren't even making it to that because some police officers, not all police officers, the bad ones are killing our kids before they get to that point. So therefore, what we have to teach our kids, and I don't know how fathers are teaching their sons what to do when they get pulled over by the police or whatever else. That is like a horrible conversation that you have to have with your son as a black man to a black child, where white men do not have to have that conversation with white children. So therefore, I think that it's not about teaching your kids how to be racist or be racist because, they're going to grow up to be this, that, and the other thing. We need to teach our kids that if we don't do a certain thing, they may not grow up. That's all I got. Blessings.
Thanks, Frenchie. Appreciate you tuning in. Wow.
Did you got a response on that, KeKe? What she just said?
First thing about the college, taking your kids, I lived in Centennial, which is 40% of Georgia Tech campus for the college students. I watch so many kids get robbed from my window, and this is a pretty decent neighborhood. People don't hang out on the corners. People don't, it's not crowded. Game. I don't even know where the robbers come from. Maybe they was in my breezeway. I don't know. But what do you teach them if their eyes are open? They are traveling in groups, trying to stick together, but it still did not alleviate the fact that people were still waiting for classes to be out because they know what time class come out. They know what time Sweet Lounge open at the top because a lot of times it did happen after the club closed. These kids either walking back to their houses or they parked on the side street. But there's really nothing a parent can do. So I don't know. Like she said, it's going to happen. I guess, do we accept that it's going to happen or I don't know. But I literally with my own two eyes called police as many nights, sitting in my window, giving descriptions, praying they don't shoot them. And these kids were simple, broad daylight sometimes, early in the morning. It's been late at night.
Saying don't shoot them. They rob African American kids, and you're saying to the police don't shoot them. Makes a lot of sense.
No, it's not. No, she said she's praying that the robbers don't shoot the people they're robbing.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, thank you, because you're always level-headed. And I'm like, well, I know she just didn't say that. Okay. This was a story. I was about to have a heart attack. I said, she's known to somebody that sides with me.
Hey, man,
I think you're spot on as far as that goes. I think you're spot on there.
All of the
Praying for the
colleges here are
kids.
right in the heart of the hood.
Indeed. But most HBCUs are
in the hood.
all right. Middle of the hood.
Yeah.
Most of them
Yeah,
are.
most of them.
No, but you got to look at it too. The thing that I look at, the thing that upsets me the most about the situation, the thing that, and I don't want to get on my infected soapbox, but the thing that upsets me is that there hasn't been a bigger outcry with African Americans against the infected that did this. I mean, that's when I would like to see Hosea Williams speak out against the violence we do against each other. You know, when that happens at the AU Center, it's not a group of white kids from Georgia Tech coming over robbing black AU Center kids. It's black on black violence. And until we speak out on it, the only kids it affects more. I'm not going to be harsh. It affects the African American kids that are in that school, but moreover, it affects the kids that grow up in that neighborhood seeing that as a positive action. Look at all the amount of robberies and everything else that's going on, thefts that's going on in the stores in California, all the violence that's happening, the fights that are put on TV, on different venues showing like ghetto fights or Pearl Star. Nobody black speaking out of names and merit denounce the stuff that the infectors do. Until that changes, nothing's going to change for us.
I know we gotta go to break, but I'm seeing another trend right now. Is I think it was in Chicago. I don't know if y'all was watching it, but now they robbed the mailman.
Hey, man,
they robbed somebody else. So
yeah.
Believe that trend is gonna carry over.
Yeah.
To everybody else, and they just feel just walking. The mailman was literally walking doing his route, and them just robbed him. There was another dude. He kind of peeped it, and he started trying to run, and them jokers caught him. You know what I mean? And got all the stuff, and then knocked the dude out.
Dude, they pulled up in a car. They got out of a car.
Yeah. Probably stole
and robbed
him.
the mailman.
Yeah,
he was pushing the little 3-wheeler buggy, and they got out the car. And he
but
just
now that
stood
trend is
there.
gonna that unfortunate trend is gonna just carry over. It's gonna trickle. Guarantee it. You gonna see that junk going on now?
Rob the mailman, bro. The
Even
mailman
if it
is always
doesn't
the
carry
nicest guy.
over,
What'd you
even
say?
if it doesn't carry over, we as a people have to start criticizing our own the same way we do it if that was a group of white students that beat the hell out of some. I want that same anger at the infecteds when they do wrong to black people as we would if that was a group of white students or white just thugs that did it, because we're doing a greater harm to ourselves. If the trends keep on going the way it's going, it's projected that we'll only be 10% of America's population. When that happens, what's going to harm us is the fact that our vote matters little now, unless we group together and get more politically conscious and vote strategically, like we always speak on the show. But if we continue to give infected passes when they do things to African Americans, it's going to continue to happen. Call them out. Say, hey, look, this type of violence is uncalled for. Speak out on it. I want to see black leaders, black preachers say it, because that's your congregation.
Yeah, our unfortunate thing is we'll rally. It's sad, but we'll rally around if those same kids got chased by the police and wrecked and end up getting killed. They're gonna be like, oh, they have to die over out. You know what I mean? And we'll rally behind that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. Be like, why did you kill that guy that just beat up 19 Howard students? 19 Howard students. You so wrong.
Yeah.
So come on, man.
We'll rally behind that.
Hey,
Live
man,
by the sword, you die by the sword.
I've been saying it for the longest. We got to clean up our own backyard before we start talking about somebody else's front yard. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea Lo plus Asacot. We'll be right back.
And that's the cop.
It is.
Hey, guys, want me to stay on